bit about FAR clauses. These are federal acquisition regulations. They're in every contract and they're very misunderstood by almost everyone. People who have been in the business for 30 years don't understand them all. Never will because they're too complicated. However, it doesn't mean you should shy away from a contract just because of FAR clauses. Every contract has them. But most people don't realize that most of these FAR clauses are actually to their benefit. FAR clauses are implementation of public law. Congress writes the public law, and the FAR clauses is the implementation of that public law. And you have all sorts of things in there. But generally speaking, because Congress is elected by the people, they're all worried about getting reelected. So they can't be too bad. They can't slant it too far to the government side. If they did, they'd never get reelected. I've used FAR clauses to incredible extents. For instance, do people understand that they can protest an award because of FAR clauses? I hear quite often from people that, well, it was awarded to someone, the contract was awarded, but I have no idea who it was awarded to, and I don't know why they gave it to so and so, because I thought my proposal was a great proposal. Well, number one, people can request a debriefing. You have to request a debriefing within 3 days of being notified that you were not selected for a project. And if you don't, either if the government does not want to give you a debriefing or you don't agree with the debriefing, then under FAR clauses, you can protest the award. And there's a way that you have to protest it to get the maximum bang for the buck. And that is that you don't want to just go back to the contracting officer and do that. You want to also go to the General Accountability Office. FAR clause allows you to do that. Big advantage because the General Accountability Office is really neutral. It's far more neutral than most people think it is. I mean, let's go back to the Boeing Airbus debacle. In that case, the GAO got involved because Boeing protested the award, and they said that the Air Force slanted it too much to the Airbus side, so they threw it out. Said you have to redo it. And the GAO can change the total award of a project. So it's not something you should be afraid to do. It happens every single day. So first of all, you need to make sure why you didn't get the project. Second of all, you can protest it back to the government and make them come back to you and tell you why you didn't get it. And if it was legal and if it was justified to do that. Contracting officers hate this because they have to cross every T and dot every I when this happens. And they know it and they get scared in their boots. Believe me, it's a power that a contractor should never let go. There are many other FAR clauses that help you. There's a lot of them that they say sign your name away, and they're all based on public law, but they're all little things normally. You can't be corrupt. You can't be a debarred company. You can't be beholden to like Iran and places of that nature. There's a lot of those clauses which I wouldn't be, unless you're a crook, I wouldn't worry about them too much. But there's other clauses where they're going to make you a ton of money. For instance, the inspection and construction clause and the default clauses are very big protectorates of a contractor. Warranty of construction. I've used all of these to my benefit. Inspection and construction clause. The government said that I didn't do something, and I said I'm invoking the inspection and construction clause. And under that clause, if you did it right, then they have to pay you every single penny of cost, including time, including schedule changes, compression, whatever. They have to pay you it all. They had to pay me $165,000 on one project alone. Warranty of construction. I had an incident on that where there's a little known thing in there that if their design was wrong, in this case it was an RFP, had settings on a air handling unit, and they were wrong. Coils froze on an extremely cold day, blew out, and I made them pay for that. Another one, default clause, just as a for instance. Default clause not only can default you, but it also says, government, you can't default them under all of these following conditions. And if you do it erroneously, the contractor can do the following. So there's lots of recourse here. In all reality, I would have to say that 60% of every FAR clause is for the contractor, and only 40% is actually for the government. Remember, it's real important to remember the fact that Congress has to get reelected. They don't get reelected by government officials. They get reelected by the people, and they can't take that too lightly. So remember that, because you have a lot of rights under FAR clauses, much more than most contractors ever believe. And by the way, I just happen to teach all of this because the interpretations of the FAR clauses are critical, absolutely critical, to being able to be successful in federal construction contracting.